Date unknown, time unknown, location unknown. Und damit BAM Leute, herzlich willkommen zurück zu Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In der Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout. Ja, letztes Mal sind wir vor der Brücke gesprungen, beziehungsweise gefallen. Hatten wir keine große Wahl. Ja gut, wir hätten nicht über die Brücke rennen müssen, aber ja, Phoenix dachte, es wäre eine gute Idee. Ja, und jetzt sind wir tot oder irgendwie so. Die alte Lady, wie hieß sie? Elise. Die ist auch tot. Und Maya ist irgendwo gefangen in diesem einen Tempel da auf der anderen Seite der Brücke. Ja, alles im Arsch. Mal gucken, wie es weitergeht. Who could that be at this time of night? Beep. Oh. Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up! It's an emergency! Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Laurice! Laurice, don't him! It's nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait, don't hang up, it's an emergency! It's Nick, he took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking, his life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck, he may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back, you're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center, please! Hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change. February 8th. 2:19 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. You're late, Edgy! What took you so long? I don't wanna hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, I should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise. Nick is Maya and Iris's bikini. What? Huh? Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. Okay, Phoenix is alive. Yay! Und scheinbar sind wir der gute Edgy. Im Moment. That is interesting. The murder victim was the picture book author Miss Elise Stoneham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. Suspect is the temple's younger nun. Aha. And later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes, that's right, you've got it. But they arrested her, my sweet little Iris. And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. Yeah, no? However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? There are things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other. He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? I'm begging you that Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I'll promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. Ja. Sorry, da ist was im Hals. Das stimmt. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Hey there.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lorry said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he's unharmed.
Thank goodness.
But he's caught some kind of nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. Klingt nicht so gut. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Or did you? Iris. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hasakura Temple.
Ihn blaschst du auch an, oder wie? I see. Hasakura Temple, what's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple then?
I've committed some sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there and why I continue to train, to purify my soul.
Okay. Night of the crime. I want to ask you about the last night. Night of the crime.
Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner and then went back to my room at about 8 o'clock. Later I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10 o'clock.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Frightened. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder?
Yes.
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world?
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. This must be what Wright was talking about, these psycho locks. I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something. Okay. You're talking erstmal weiter. Any ideas? So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I am a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Stonem?
No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those psycho-lock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. Huh.
What's wrong?
Can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow, he asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes.
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He's a very dear and indispensable friend. Oh.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. Until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him, tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, I promise.
Very well, I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. Alrighty, let's go. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Okay. Ich nehme das mal als Zeichen, dass wir hier noch nicht die Psycho-Logs knacken müssen. Die Musik. Die ist neu, oder? Die hatten wir noch nicht. Ist das Edgeworths Musik? Yeah. How are you doing? Grooving to the music? The guard is glaring at me. If someone glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught. Okay.
Are you alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Excuse me. Smile for the camera, Edgeworth. The camera's glaring at me. If something glares at you, it's only polite to return the favor, is what I was taught. Okay. Is something bothering you? Oh, excuse me. Alright. Okay, let's move it. Suspension Bridge. Sehr sicher abgeriegelt. Good job. Dusky Bridge. Sure was cold, alright. Oh, this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Dickie! Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. It's been about a year. Or has it been longer? Doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard.
I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir.
Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe is impossible to get rid of.
I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective D. Gumshoe, reporting for duty.
Great. Thank you, Detective.
I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I'll tell you.
Prosecutor Godot. Ever heard of him?
I don't know.
Let's see. Scheinbar nicht. So, who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy.
What kind of a man is he?
He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case?
You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh? You jealous?
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
What would and what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he made some fun of his mask or something.
Well, if this is making any sense, I better look into this Godot myself. Okay, what happened? Just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case.
It's simple.
Well, simple is as simple does, as they say.
Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
Witness?
Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady here? On this freezing cold mountain?
Well, you should talk to her herself if you want the details, sir.
I may have to talk to this bikini lady, I mean decisive witness myself. Are you interested? So this is the bridge that Wright fell through?
Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap?
And is there something on the other side?
Yeah, some old building they call it our temple. But you can't get over there without the bridge, sir.
What?
Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the temple doing some training and now they're stuck there.
Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey.
Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air is really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the inner temple until tomorrow, sir.
Should be alright in this cold. So how did this bridge burn down anyway?
We're almost 100% sure it was lightning.
Lightning? Okay. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning?
Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
Stimmt, eigentlich hat es jemals schon mal gedonnert, als es geschneit hat? Ich glaube, es ist mir noch nie aufgefallen, dass es bei Schnee gar nie donnert. Es ist irgendwie, interessant. Wusste ich nicht, aber ja, irgendwie stimmt, ne? Aber warum? Strange.
But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
Weather data added to the court record. A regional weather report for the night of the crime. Nice. Let's look at that. Oh, I see. It's a very detailed weather report. Is it? Eagle Mountains weather data for February 7th. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Okay, lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Okay. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Okay. Around 30 minutes pass between the fire starting and going out. Okay, also bis Viertel nach 11 hat die gebrannt. Okay. Okay, und geschneit hat es bis kurz vor 11. Alles klar. Almost too detailed. And even asked the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness?
Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
Oh. Weiß es nicht. Okay, kann ich hier was präsenten? Hiervon wahrscheinlich eher nichts. Aber ich kann hier bestimmt Profiles präsenten. Vielleicht Godot. I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school. But I've never seen or heard of this person.
I gotta admit, he's puzzling alright. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand.
Sounds like an interesting man. Yeah, he's interested.
Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately.
What about Iris? I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she?
Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing.
Ja, das ist dann wohl definitiver Beweis, dass sie nicht Dahlia Hawthorne ist. I see. Just can't shake this nagging feeling. Ja, meint wahrscheinlich auch Dahlia, ne?
Well, everyone knows that you are quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger.
Detective, where did you hear such nonsense from?
I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir.
To very well inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses. Dann Elise.
There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background, we don't know anything really.
That's rather odd. She was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author?
I bet it was just one of those things, you know? She probably never expected to get so popular.
Irgendwas über Larry?
He's supposed to be Miss Elise Stoneham's apprentice or something.
I see.
Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me.
That's nice.
But he made me pay him 50 cents for it.
I'm sorry about that. 50 cents, holy moly.
You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth.
I really don't want to talk about him, that's why. What about you? Your face is more drawn out than the last time I saw you over 1 year ago.
Really? I thought so.
Oh, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired. Maybe just plain old thin.
I thought that too, sir. My salad has been kinda on the low end. So yeah, my food options have been kinda non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of stuff.
Thought you were really into instant noodles last year.
I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir.
Oh ma, poor Gumshoe. What about Phoenix?
Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing.
Oh, das war, oops, Edgeworth.
Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents.
I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. But you could say the exact same thing about him. Alright. Ich glaube, wir haben genug mit Gumshoe geredet. Let's move it. Main Gate. Können ja, zum Tempel können wir leider nicht. Also zum anderen Tempel. Hasagura Temple, Main Gate.
Yo, Edgy! What took you so long?
I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. It was a mistake to race back to this country.
But what do you mean?
Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and...
What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore.
Dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet.
I'd say I'm more like sorbet. It's rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Oh, they're romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Okay, let's talk to Larry. Iris.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy, you think so too, don't you? Oh, what's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
Put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent?
Come on, a girl like you can't possibly be a murderer.
I was right after all. I should never have come back.
No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest.
Funny for every time he said that.
It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, know what I mean?
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry.
Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything.
Okay. Larry, where were you and what were you doing at the night of the crime? Larry?
What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it?
What?
Get lost, go back to your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die.
Okay. I'll just ask one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Okay. Alrighty. As I suspected, psychologs.
I'm sorry, man, you know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is wrecked, dude.
Alrighty, dann gehen wir doch mal zu Bikini, I guess. Jemand, die ist hier drin? Main Hall. Yay.
Oh. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling?
Komm, schon folgt uns. Oh, wie so ein kleines Schoßhündchen. Cute.
Oh, alright, I suppose, huh? Huh? Who is this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Oh, if circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just...
Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you?
I'm sorry about that. Don't see any bikinis.
Oh, if you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. God. Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? It's exactly why your salary keeps getting cut.
My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris?
Well, first I want to hear what you know.
Yes, about the night of the crime.
First I'd like to ask you about last night.
Well, last night we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple.
Must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that?
I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long, it's extremely exhausting. The channeling doctor's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Wait. Und wie funktioniert das, wenn Maya jetzt alleine da drüben eingesperrt ist? Wenn du nicht da warst? Wenn du scheinbar da warst. Das geht ja nicht.
Wow, you're right, that doesn't sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11 o'clock you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me I'm starting to get goosebumps.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason.
You get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Why return? As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but through this I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter, so bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So you left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. What you saw? Alright, then I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11 o'clock. No, I can't say it, it's too much for my poor heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
I saw two people, one of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I don't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in your shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'm pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. So what is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fay. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
A special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Oh, I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister.
Maya has a little sister.
Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fay's cousin.
Little Pearl?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since last night. She's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, cricky old back.
A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone.
As they say, the plot thickens. That's as they say. Oh yeah.
Okay, kann ich das präsenten? Vielleicht Weather Data? Keine Ahnung, mal gucken, ob die was dazu sagt. Nö. Gut, ich hätte es vielleicht vorlesen können, aber egal. Vielleicht Pearly. Oh, this poor girl. Where could she have gone?
Well, we checked out her home and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be.
Do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Well, you have to be such a pessimist, detective.
I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic, I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. Ja, wahrscheinlich ist sie bei Maya. Ja, wenn sie nirgendwo zu finden ist, dann ist sie wahrscheinlich dort, wo noch niemand suchen kann. Maya? She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fey name is synonymous with the Courage handling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit meme of great power indeed.
Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Courage channeling technique.
Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midichlorians? Whatever that is.
So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's got nothing to do with it. Okay, vielleicht noch über Iris. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out. Oh Gott, sorry, bin gerade aufgestanden. Manchmal überkommt's mich. Ja, for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. That doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. She said that she never went to the inner temple.
As they say, the plot thickens.
Indeed, again. Okay. Also eine Contradiction. Muss ich hier eigentlich Sachen examinen? Gibt es hier irgendwas Interessantes? Ich meine, das hat ja eigentlich alles überhaupt nichts mit der Crime Scene zu tun, oder? Wobei hier ist eine Note. Was ist das? Okay, das scheint nicht wichtig zu sein, die Note. There are more answer cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of... Oh, oder doch. Oh, paper sticking out from under that stack.
Beats me.
Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir.
Seine persönliche Diener.
Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Looks like an old manila envelope. What? What is it, Detective?
This could be it. An ultra important clue, a super special clue.
I suppose I should read it myself then.
Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter. Okay, note to Iris. Found in the main hall, maybe she dropped it? Okay, da können wir wahrscheinlich Iris fragen.
Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra important prosecutor, a super duper prosecutor.
Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Soll ich die sagen? Ich habe das Gefühl, die sind überhaupt nicht wichtig. Ich mache erstmal weiter. Angucken können wir ja später immer noch, was wir nichts wissen. Courtyard. Ja, hier gibt's wahrscheinlich viel zum Angucken. Hazagura Temple Courtyard.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I've gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think of most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? You can talk, okay. The victim.
The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Stoneham. Her entire past up until she won the writing award last year is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 PM on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by a murder weapon.
Murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a Chinese sword, sir.
That's terrible.
But there's one strange thing.
Yes.
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building.
Like das hier rechts. 2-story building. That will be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Miss Elise Stoneham was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword. Elise autopsy report. Cause loss of blood from stabbing in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Wait, habe ich das richtig gelesen? Ja. After death. Now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far.
Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple.
Schön animiert. Richtig schön. War richtig schnell über die Brücke gespeedet.
At 10 PM, after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple.
Was sie aber nicht gemacht hat.
When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Asakura Temple.
Iris war gar nicht da drin. Hat sie gesagt.
After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard.
Und Iris soll dann scheinbar wieder hier gewesen sein.
For more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall.
The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Let's get it. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
Nope, not a thing.
Nothing.
The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In one way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
Well, the only thing there is the inner temple.
It's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya. Tomorrow's trial. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
Pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I'm not the one who you have to worry about. I think the real problem is gonna be that judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. If we only met each other once, there's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Okay.
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull.
Okay. Läuft bei ihm. Alles klar, na, okay, dann ist ja alles in Butter. Gucken wir uns das mal an. Hier, der Stab. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Stoneham. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes, what?
This is top secret stuff, don't tell anyone about this.
Alright.
The truth is, when I was a kid, oh god, I wanted to be a wizard.
That's it. That's what he wanted to tell me.
That's it.
The stuff was made from very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims.
Victim staff. Carried by Elise Stoneham when she was alive. Obviously. Has her fingerprints on it. Aber da, Moment, da ist doch noch so ein magischer Kristall dran, oder nicht? Der ist hier nicht drauf. Da haben wir doch ein Bild hier. Genau, hier die geile lila Kugel. Digga, fetter Mana-Kristall oder was auch immer das ist. Der fehlt. Ist er hier drin? Im Schnee? Nee? Okay, dann obviously. The sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon.
It sure is. It's called a shichishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir.
Still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood.
Yup, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the shichishito too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they match the prints you got from the younger nun, the defendant.
Are fingerprints on the murder weapon? Well...
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is this how it is for Wright? Is that what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Shichishito, the apparent murder weapon, has the victim's blood on the suspect's fingerprint and the suspect's fingerprints on it. Okay. Stepladder? What are you doing, stepladder? The main gate must be just over that stone wall.
Stone walls? I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to concept of paucity of words. Und nix mit der Leider? Ja gut, Maya ist halt nicht hier, ne? Oh. Ein bisschen, ne? Ski fahren?
I just love skiing.
Really? You don't seem like the type. Well, what about sleds?
Sleds? Nah, a little too kiddy, you know. Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad? Ja, ich mag Schlitten eigentlich auch mehr als Ski. So, da haben wir den Raum, ne? Das Zimmer. The main hall of Harsacore Temple is above us here.
Hey, you're right. I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor.
Harsacore Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. Front and back of the main hall are on different levels.
Oh, that makes sense. It wouldn't be easier just to build a place slanted, sir.
Well, to see how we can consider that to be an even remotely good idea. Haben wir sonst noch so? Das hier, was ist das? Oh, it's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight.
Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
How did you know?
Oh. War das alles? Oder habe ich irgendwas übersehen? Ich glaube, das war alles, ne? Okay, können wir hier noch sliden? Nö. Okay. Kann ich dir noch was präsenten? Vielleicht. Kommen wir mal die Murder Weapon.
Disorder represents the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
I've never heard that one.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division?
So you think about that kind of thing too, huh?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as a blue badger.
I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force. Okay, victim staff.
Oh! So I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a little kid...
You wanted to become a wizard, right?
Hey, that's amazing. How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd make a really great one, don't you think?
We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective. Okay, vielleicht noch ein Autopsy Report. Okay.
Look, I'm just your everyday simple detective. Don't ask me such tough questions, okay?
That's not something to be proud of, Detective. Okay, ja, I guess, als nächstes werden wir das mal Iris geben, ne? Ich glaube, wir haben sonst hier alles abgefrühstückt. Wir gucken noch mal kurz durch überall. Ob vielleicht noch... es passiert was. Ist Larry gone? I don't see Larry anywhere.
Maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psychologs. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Jetzt? Muss ich ihn jetzt suchen? Okay, dann suchen wir ihn halt. Aber hier ist er auch nicht, von daher, Tja. Gehen wir ins Detention Center.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes, thank you.
Can we talk? Ja, Inner Temple. Wahrscheinlich die Contradiction, ne? I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hasakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Stoneham with a sword. Und das. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to your temple last night.
Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. Ja, es sind ja keine Cyclops da, ne? Also, ist ja richtig. Wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those Psychologs. Aber erst will ich dir das hier geben. Vielleicht ist es... wahrscheinlich ist es was, das wir für das Psycholog brauchen. This letter appears to be addressed to you.
I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away.
He's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. Now do I have to find someone else who can give me more information about this? Someone else? Was hat es nochmal geheißen? Situation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Alright, I guess it's time. Let's break this woman. Break it down. Das sind ja nur 2. I was frightened. Since I've been handed this case, it's my duty to dig up all the answers, understand?
Yes, sir.
Smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a holy light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? At the letter? Moment, ich muss es nochmal lesen. I'll be waiting tonight at Heavenly Hall. Moment, Heavenly Hall? Nee, das ist noch ein anderes Gebäude, ne? Da gab es ein Schild vor der Brücke, ne? Aber hättest du nicht eher Angst, nicht zu kommen? Dann? Aber ich drück's mal. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris,
why are you glaring at me like that?
you're scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But Mr. Hedgeworth...
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. One person. Is it right? Es ist das erste Mal übrigens, dass wir uns selbst, also quasi uns selbst, hier im Dings haben. My friend since grade school fell from Dusky Bridge and is currently hospitalized. I guess right, no? Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his.
Alright.
After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
Small shack, huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Where is it on this map? Ah.
It's around there, here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But I thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
This is the secret that you locked away in your heart.
Yes.
Looks as though I may have to visit this heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Iris' testimony rang a lights-out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. Okay, recht simpel. Trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
But it's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
Okay, dann Heavenly Hall. Okay. Findet hier die Hochzeit statt von den beiden, oder was? Ey, guck mal, da ist meine Flagge. Haha. Und ganz viele andere Flaggen. Heavenly Hall.
Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Why does this always happen? Ah, it's Larry. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Okay. I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself.
Shh. Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder?
Hey, you! About what you just got an objection.
What the? Edgy, you dirty rat.
Come show you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You've watched too many trials.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. Why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse.
It sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. I've got to do this. You've got to save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
Es ist tatsächlich die Hochzeit.
Mr. Escher is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you?
No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. But I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
Well, if I really want to know the answers to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me.
Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days, what do you say? Come on, I'll pour you some nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized? I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him. Alrighty, I guess it's time to break this man as well. Breaking them bones. Night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? I was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd be sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like it'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, well, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling you the truth. There are still 3 Cyclops remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where are you saying? What on earth do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. Problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike from Dusky Bridge from your room. It's impossible to have seen lightning from your room. Why? Maybe the map? Achso, ja, vom Tempel sieht er die Brücke ja nicht, ne? Also würde ich sagen, die Map. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Asakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? I feel like talking now. About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. It'll leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room? So where was Larry and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning strike Dusky Bridge from was... probably here, I guess? Er hat ja auch die ganze Hochzeit hier arrangiert. Naja, muss ja fast hier gewesen sein. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would you be hanging out this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know that there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I am impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a faire de corps. Think you mean a faire de cœur? Moment, Französisch, affaire de cœur. Cœur heißt, glaube ich, Herz. Also zum Herz der Sache oder irgendwie so. Keine Ahnung, ist glaube ich ein Sprichwort. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
No. You really are one scary guy, you know.
I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Obviously. The bride. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots?
For Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. There's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris.
Is the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris?
Wait, 9. 9.
Hat ernsthaft Larry das geschrieben und zufällig erraten, dass sie wirklich ein Secret hat? Oh Gott. Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh.
First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says, salutation here.
Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Tommies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, dear Iris.
What? I'm so sorry.
Okay. Can you just get this over with? So you were in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy.
Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that.
Wait, hold up.
What now, pal?
What are you talking about? What threatening stuff?
I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal.
What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her?
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact.
Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
What did you say?
My love for her burned so hotly it could melt all the snow in this mountain.
Oh? And what is the secret you mentioned?
Come on, Edgy, don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously she wouldn't want old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? And about our hot and sour bittersweet love affair.
Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila... Nope.
Give me a break, it's not my fault. I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh.
Why were you so quick to apologize, pal?
It's cause Edgy got me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still something, I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget what this guy just said just a minute ago.
Really, what about last night? I saw something incredible. Uh-huh. He's right. Larry?
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
I already told you, didn't I? Lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was an incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
That's all there is to your story. Your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe he saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? What? Why? How?
Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Redriff, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal.
Come on. Oh. No.
What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again?
Why are you like me? Like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning.
I've just about had it with this Harlequin. I really want to drag the truth out of him. I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand.
Okay. That's better. To be continued. Puh. Mann, oh Mann. Ja. Dann haben wir wahrscheinlich, so wie es aussieht, den Trial im nächsten Part. Wir haben immer noch die Contradiction, dass Iris scheinbar an 2 Orten war. Maya ist immer noch gefangen. Das heißt, wir starten den Trial, ohne dass Maya freikommt. Okay. Wild. Wir haben das Schwert. Sie wurde vorher aus dem Raum gekickt. Einen fetten Roundhouse-Kick. Nachher. Sie ist ja erst gestorben, hieß es ja, glaube ich. Schöner Stochen, Roundhouse-Kick durchs Fenster. Bruce Lee-Style. Und ja, dann hat er das Schwert wieder zurückgepackt oder irgendwie so. Naja, wir werden sehen, wie das ausgeht, ne? Als Edgeworth diesmal die andere Seite der Macht. Beziehungsweise immer noch dieselbe Seite. Whatever. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Und seid gespannt auf den nächsten Part. Bis dahin. Macht's gut, Leute. Und tschö.